Save game review. Hi everyone and welcome to today's video where I'm finally gonna be reviewing some more of your save games. And this week, ladies and gentlemen, after a couple of weeks break from this show right here, to let you guys play your 1.37 games, we're finally back with our first batch of 1.37 saves. We have some very interesting campaigns for today, featuring some new unique things that have been added in the 1.37 update, and these are the save games that we'll be going through today. First, we have this Portugal to Japan campaign. That's right, everyone, hear me out. Portugal to Japan by Demandred right here for about almost 200 years of gameplay, man. The reason I chose this campaign is, well, I thought it was funny. Then for our next campaign, we have a Hungary to Hungary Austria campaign with about 150 years of gameplay. I chose this because obviously, Austria-Hungary or Hungary-Austria is a new formable that's been added in 1.37, but interestingly enough, this isn't really a nation that you want to form, right? You're not supposed to want to do this as either Hungary or Austria. And then for our final save game of the day, we have a classic His and Kaifa campaign featuring the new formable, I guess you could call it, the Ayubids right here for some achievement runs and stuff like that. So yeah, those are our save games to today. So let's go ahead and jump into this first save game right here, the Portugal to Japan run by Demandred on January 31st, 1613. Let's see what this player had to say about his campaign. And Demandred right here says, here's my 1.37 Portugal to Japan run in the year 1613. Due to the historical trade partnering between Portugal and Japan, I thought it would be funny to start as Portugal and form Japan. I opened with exploration and ignoring the New World, I made it to the Nippon trade node as quickly as possible and got my foothold through buying a piece of land through charter company. I kept Portuguese ideas because I plan to continue colonizing. Well, that sounds interesting enough to me. Let's take a look at what this campaign actually is. All right, here we are in our little Japan campaign. I just can't get enough of how absurd this is. But yeah, let's take a look at the coalition map mode right here. First of all, to see the exact borders of this Portuguese-Japanese abomination. So we got all of Portugal's lands right here, expansion in the Maghreb. This is obviously the province hopping that was done in order to get to Nippon as fast as possible. All of South Africa colonized. Nothing over here, just some islands in the meantime. Yeah, some provinces down here in Indonesia and the Philippines, Taiwan, and then we got a Japanese Japan, of course. So yeah, that is what the country itself is looking like. Let's go into the diplomat mode and see if we have any subjects. Funnily enough, what is this? That's some British provinces. Okay, so yeah, just some allies, man. That will be Spain and Great Britain right here, maybe someone else, but no actual colonial nations just yet. So, this is an interesting run, man, but I would think that by this point, even doing something as absurd as this, you would have a lot more done. Obviously, we don't know how long it took to conquer Japan, so we'll get into that shortly. But for now, let's go into the Great Powers list. We are number 4 on the Great Powers list, which actually is quite a lot for owning, well, this little land, I guess you could say. But yeah, nothing bad to say right there. Let's go into the government right here. We still got the Avis Dynasty, level 3 advisors. That's super nice. Shogun Joao the 4th de Avis. That's just absurd, man. That's just absurd. Going over into the government right here, we are still, we're Saigoku primary culture. Obviously, you need that to form Japan. Some other cultures accepted and promoted right here. Absolutism is active, but you don't really care for that if you're going to focus on colonization from here on out. So you're chilling. In the alliances, Great Britain, Brittany, Spain, and the Pope. I don't know why you would need Brittany if you're staying Catholic, which you are. Sure, the Pope is nice, but yeah, man, by this point, I would have expected a lot of colonial nations to be established. No big deal, though. Let's go into the economy right here, making quite a bit from trade. Main trade node is, well, we're going to see right here pretty soon, but it seems to be Sevilla still. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, and I guess just collecting in Nippon, which isn't a big deal at all, spending a lot on advisors and a lot of colonies. So yeah, let's take a look at the colonies, man. So right now, this player is focusing over here, so I guess if your main trade node is, or actually, yeah, you could trade company this for sure. Your main, what you call it, I can't see those. So the subcontinent is far east. That is such a small subcontinent, though. Yeah, anything outside of this, you can trade company if the capital is still in, what you call it, in Japan, unless he moved his entire capital over to here. Let's see. Yeah, the capital is in Lisbon. Okay, so it can still be, trade company, no big deal on that. So income is looking decent for what you own. In the trade department, making about 40-something% income from trade. That's pretty good. 20% goods produced, very nice. Ahead of time in every single tech, decent innovativeness, and this player went exploration, expansion, trade religious. Some people might say trade is redundant as Portugal if you're going exploration expansion. I don't agree. I think leaning into that whole trading thing even more is pretty nice, and religious after that for conversion. I got no problems with the idea group picks. Taking a look at the missions right here, these are the Japanese missions. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with these, so I'm not even going to take a look at them. Nothing to see right here. Pretty good policy active. Under GovCap is always nice. In the religion department, 96% religious unity stuff is being converted everywhere that it can be converted. Obviously, the trade companies, which I'm sure are active over here, don't need to be converted. And Japan is the tier 4 defender of the Catholic faith. In the military department right here, not a lot of professionalism, 10% infantry combat. That's from the Portuguese national ideas. Over land force limit, pretty near naval force limit. Low discipline, morale is okay. Combat width is 30. Taking a look at the armies right here, 26 or 10. Nah, you definitely want them 30. Yeah, 34. Probably, yeah, 34. I would say about 16 or 18 by this point in the game regarding what you call it, artillery. But aside from that, things are looking good. In the subjects department, here is the trade companies. So we got the Coromandel. So the Coromandel, I guess that's this. Okay, the East Africa, Guinea, Indonesia, Maghreb, Moluccas, Philippines, South Africa, South China. So yeah, everything is looking good right here, promoting investments in some of them. Lots of trade companies active, which is excellent. If you're not focusing on the New World at all, this is definitely something you want to go with. And then in the estates, lots of crownland ownership. Estates are happy and privileges still active. So everything is really good right there. So yeah, man, a little negative right here on the armies so far. And even with all that you did by now, I would still expect just a little bit, you know, more conquest or stuff like that. It didn't seem like you really fought anyone over here, man, aside from the Maghrebi guys and your conquest in Japan. So yeah, you definitely should have been focusing on other things. Maybe not as much as on the Japan thing, but on other things as well. So slight negatives on that. Let's take a look at the states and territories now. Everything is legit right here. Yeah, this is obviously stated because it's the gold mine. This is stated. Everything else is trade company. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at the autonomy right here. It seems to be lowered almost everywhere that I can. I guess these were recent conquests or recent colonies, so you could lower it over here as well. Let's go into the buildings right now. Pretty important for a run such as this. Taking a look at the marketplaces, built up everywhere that they seem to be relevant. Trade depots are active as well, but they seem to have been upgraded too, so that's good on that. Courthouses built almost everywhere. That's excellent. Workshops. Yeah, you definitely have quite a lot of provinces you can build workshops in. I'm noticing many high-value trade good provinces over here, so definitely make sure to focus on that. Churches, yeah, lots of them present over here and over here. That's pretty expected. Good job on that. Barracks, some of them have been built in the, you know, manpower provinces. That's awesome. Manufactories have started up already, and there's definitely a lot more to be built. So obviously we're progressing on this front as well. And yeah, I really have no quarrels with the buildings and stuff like that. Everything is looking legit right there. We already took a look at the religion. These are the cultures, you know, and yeah, things are looking really, really nice over in that department. Let's check out the government reforms right now. We are on autocracy tier 1 government reform. I could have sworn Portugal or Japan had unique tier 1 government reforms, man. I don't know why we can't see them. Curtail noble privileges. Nobles really aren't that influential, man. If you're not taking anything mill related, you could swap the strengthen over here. Exile colonial companies, obviously for the colonizing, lands for the church, dope for staying Catholic. Naval professionalism for the navies is excellent, although you do have some unique ones over here. General estates is good, meritocratic is good, and yeah, everything over in the government reform seems pretty good, but I would go strengthen noble privileges. Let's take a look at the navies as well. So we got 50 light ships protecting Nippon, 50 light ships protecting Sevilla. That's awesome right there. And this I could say is the battle / transport fleet. We got a, you know, a flagship right here, some galleys, some transports. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Just make sure to fix up your armies. So the two problems right there I have are the armies and the not enough expanding so far. But aside from that, things are looking pretty good. And definitely keep taking these right here, man. You have so many papal points right here. Why not use all of these bonuses, right? Why not use all of the bonuses? But yeah, that's our game right there. I think we don't have anything else left to check out. You know, we went through the country, the government reforms, the buildings, and everything like that. So now let's actually take a look at the timeline, which of course, as you all know, is pretty weird when you're forming other nations, so you can't really see the conquests clearly. You know, this player could form Japan, but Portugal still be on the map. So let's take a look at how it looks like, right? Obviously, the first couple of years right here, or a couple of decades, we're going to be focusing on colonization. There we go. Maybe some stuff. Okay, there we go. We got Arguin right there. Let's try and find the next province. There it is. There's the Gold Coast done. There's Luanda done. Now we should see the player in South Africa pretty soon right here. Slight expansion over in Congo and expansion in the Maghreb has happened. There we go. Colonization over here. This island right here should be next. There it is. Let's see where we go from there. I'm not even going to take a look at anything in Europe. There we go. So Chicago was already pretty powerful. There's the... What is that? No. When is this player going to enter Japan, I wonder? Yeah, see, we can't really see stuff that well because now it's just Portugal, but it's red. And yeah, these when you form other nations, man, the timeline is super wonky. But yeah, look at how early all of that was done. So we got about 50 or 60 years of gameplay right here with no warfare, I would say, and just some colonization getting done over in South Africa, as we can see right there. And I'm guessing pretty soon over here in Indonesia and in the Philippines and stuff like that as well. So yeah, really no wars at all during this period, man. All of these are like British colonies. Yeah, everything was great, but you know, if you didn't want to do wars, I guess hats off to you, but you could have done so much more by this point in the game, man. I feel like quite a lot more. So, yeah, as fun and as kooky and as interesting as this campaign is, I really can't let go of the non-conquering right here, just sitting and colonizing. I guess you would have worked on your nation economically and stuff like that, but, you could have really had a lot more, especially in West Africa and over in the East Indies region, and maybe over in the Maghreb or in Iberia as well. So, as fun as this campaign is, this is definitely not a 5 out of 5. Personally, I'm feeling a 3.5 out of 5 on this one. Great campaign, but you could have done a lot more. Let's move on with the next one. Alright, let's get a move on with our second campaign of the day, this Hungary to Hungary-Austria campaign by Rubo on April 7th, 1598. Let's see what this player had to say about this campaign. Wanted to try Hungary in the new patch, form Hungary-Austria, and complete its mission tree. Hungary feels so good to play, no problems crushing Ottomans with no allies, a bit of blobbing, France, Poland, Lithuania, and Naples as PUs, good job on France right there, had Bohemia, Austria, and Burgundy, but I inherited them, some subjects, and eco-hegemon, a bit of developing in Tongapli in the Carpathia region. All provinces I own have a manufactory, all in all caps, by the way. Ideas: I wanted a good army, so I want eco-quality. I had an event to return the Habsburgs to the throne. The air is trash, but just for flavor, I took him, why not? After this, I'm probably gonna conquer all of Germany just for fun. Alright, well, that sounds like a very, very strong campaign, man, but let's see if it actually is. Alright, here we are in our Hungary-Austria campaign. Man, that's a huge Timurid right there. But yeah, this is the situation, man. Let's go into the coalition map mode. So Hungary-Austria proper itself is pretty large right here. We can see all the PUs over here. This PU inherited pretty strong expansion over in Italy, very good expansion over in the Balkans and in Anatolia, and over here to this one province right here, disconnected, but no big deal. And some of the German guys and the Ottomans and the Mamluks are pretty angry. The HRE does not exist. It has been disbanded, obviously, by the player. Going into the diplomat mode right here, we can see the subjects. Basically, France is a personal union, Poland, Lithuania, Naples right here, the Great Horde, Kazan are vassals. Yeah, that's right, they're vassals. And the only allies are the Pope, which you would need for, you know, for a strong Catholic playthrough. Even got Arguin right here, owned by France, and some other provinces by France over in the New World. They have colonies too, obviously. Okay, so let's go into the Great Powers list. We are number 1 on the Great Powers list. Very, very close to 5,000 development. Super, super strong right there. And an economic hegemon, almost halfway full, so that's real nice. We're still getting some really, really good modifiers out of that. Okay, going into the country view itself right here, we got Hunyadi, but there's the event return Habsburg. You know, the player went this for flavor purposes. Level 5 advisors in every single category, absolutely perfect. Going over into the government right here, we can see the promoted and accepted cultures, so that's super sweet right there. We got this unique, well, it's not a unique, I think it just means empire or something like that. In the diplomacy tab, yeah, we can notice the only ally, the junior partners, the vassals, nothing too special to check out over here. In the economy department, making absolutely insane income, man, almost 1,000 ducats a month. A very big portion of it coming from trade, even though this trade setup would be considered a little wonky, as we can see collecting in Venice, Constantinople, and the English Channel. So yeah, that's very nice. Main trade node is Venice, collecting here, collecting there. You know, you can just push everything from Constantinople to Venice. your control is good enough, you don't need to collect there too. But yeah, everything is looking super sweet right here. In the trade department, about 50% for trade, even though that setup is wonky. Like I said, 35% goods produced, super strong. Ahead of time in every single technology, these are the ideas: quality, economic, trade, influence, really good right here. You know, if you didn't have this many subjects, you could have gone with another mill one here perhaps, or maybe a mill one here and then trade here. But you know, obviously if you're intending to integrate these guys, influence is a no-brainer. Austro-Hungarian ideas, man, if you guys don't know them, they are decent. Morale of armies, Diplorep, no heretic and heathen penalties for, you know, non-primary religion provinces, discipline, manpower, and accepted culture. And obviously we have a lot of the accepted culture provinces, so that's like plus 30% manpower, basically, plus 10% goods produced, national rest, state governing costs, provincial trade power, artillery cost, and artillery combat. So a decent set of national ideas right here. This is the mission tree, the Hungarian one. Very nice, as we can see. Very good decisions and policies enacted right here. And even though, like I said at the start, Hungary, Austria, or Austria-Hungary is not a nation that you really want to form, especially if you do it through that disaster and stuff like that, this player is making out all right, man, all right. Even though I think this is the Austrian color, or was Austria more white than this? I don't know. This is like, yeah, I wish you could keep Hungary's color or something like that, but no big deal. Slightly under, just barely under governing capacity, so that's pretty good right there. Going over into the religion department, you don't need to convert anything after you complete these missions. Sorry, not the missions. The Austro-Hungarian ambition. So basically, no need to worry about religious or humanist or anything like that. These things won't give you any penalties. In the military department, maxed out army professionalism, super strong, very nice cav combat ability, infantry and artillery 2, galley combat ability, massive force limit, really good morale, really good discipline. Combat width is 30. Let's take a look at the armies if we can scroll past all of these manufactories right here. So the armies right now, if you're playing with this cavalry combat ability, man, I would probably honestly even run them 50-50. So at this point, you want to have like, what's a 34 divided in 2? 17? Yeah, so you'd want to have it like 17, probably 16 or 18, something like that. But yeah, it's not bad at all. Composition is great. I would just run it a little more heavy on the cav side, so everything is perfect right there. Massive naval force limit as well. This is like the trade fleet protecting the English Channel. We got 55% control, even though we don't have a lot of ownership, super strong. And this is like the battle/transport fleet, very nice there as well. These are all the subjects, man. We got all of these guys that we already mentioned, but then again, we also have some trade companies. If we go into this map mode, we can take a look at that. So we got the Crimea Trade Company over there, half stated, half this. I don't really get it. We got the Austrian Trade Company, weird, Anatolian Trade Company. Yeah, I don't think I agree with any of this. I don't think I agree with the trade companies, man. Good run, but no need to trade company any of this, y'all. Really, if we're going for a big expansionist like Roman Empire playthrough, the ones I would trade company are probably Aleppo, Safi, and Tunis. Everything else, you're good to go ahead and stay. Maybe Crimea too, I guess. You could trade company Crimea too, but if you're gonna do it, do all of it. Why not? But yeah, aside from that, everything was looking super sweet. Literally 100% Crown Land ownership. All of the estates insanely loyal, by the way. Look at the loyalty, man, and all of them have 1 million privileges active. So this is some pristine estate gameplay right here. I'm enjoying that quite a lot. So super strong run so far, man. Super strong run. Let me take a look at the autonomy right now. Autonomy is perfect literally everywhere. Now let's jump into the buildings. This dude says there's a manufactory in every single province, or at least as being built. So I like her playstyle, man. Definitely. Marketplaces, yeah, built up in pretty much all of the relevant provinces. Courthouses almost everywhere. You're definitely going to want to build them in your subjects as well, because you are going to be integrating them. I can see that those are your plans. Barracks, mostly in the Hungarian heartland right here. That's very nice. Workshops, literally almost everywhere. Not one in Ankara though, and look at how much money that's going to give you. Let me build one for you right there. Churches, once again, in sort of the heartland area right here, and manufactories. Yeah, literally in every single province. Perfect. Definitely build them up in your subjects once again if you're continuing with this, because you are going to end up integrating them. So this is some absolutely insane building gameplay, even overkill most likely for some of these. You know, you could always expand infrastructure and build these nice ones, the other ones I'm saying down here. So yeah, super strong right there. Going over into the government reforms, we got the Imperial Hungarian monarchy, very strong. We got the Black Army right here. This one's sort of a you know, we don't really want to go with that. Decentralized is good for the promoted cultures. You definitely want to do that based on the, what you call it, based on the national idea for the manpower. Expanded temple rights is kind of weird, but then again, with so many churches, it is good. You could swap for lands for the church. Expanded Black Army is great for Hungarian gameplay. General estates, meritocratic, Lockean, Machiavellian reign. Yeah, I don't know if you want to go with that. You don't really do anything with the max absolutism, so this is definitely a dud right here. I really don't see why you would choose this one, man. Just go with 6 books or 2 treaties or even the social contract, but even though it's redundant. So yeah, this is kind of the weirdest thing we've seen this campaign. Aside from that, everything is looking really, really strong. So very good gameplay right here, man. Very good gameplay. I'm liking it, honestly. Borders a little border gory, and maybe you could have expanded a bit more by yourself by this point. As we can see, the only conquering that's been done is like right here, and in the Balkans and the Ottomans. So maybe, you know, I would have expected a player to have pushed a little more over in this region or in this region, but really it's nothing to, you know, nothing to pick at too much. All right, going over into the timeline right here. Let's hope it's not wonky because, you know, of the formation and the name change and the color change, but yeah, starting off as Hungary, something we won't be able to see. There we go. Insta wars on Bosnia, Serbia, Herzegovina, and Wallachia. Very strong right there. There's the war with Bohemia. So we can't see when these guys are being PU'd. Very good early expansion into the Ottomans. But yeah, by this point, there's definitely some junior partners going around. More expansion at the Ottomans. Very, very strong. Very, very quick. Where did the expansion slow down? That's what I'm wondering. There we go. Pretty much finishing off the Ottomans over in the Balkans. Burgundy already inherited. There's Moldavia. A little bit of expansion over in the Crimea trade node over here. A little bit over here. By this point, all of these guys are definitely junior partners. There we go. More expansion over here a little bit. A little bit in Anatolia. Pretty soon these guys are about to get integrated. There we go, taking out the coastline right here, feeding some provinces to the Great Horde and Kazan, feeding Austria actually, as far as I can tell right here, just to save some admin points. More expansion directly from Hungary over in Italy. There we go. Now that was a ruler dying and all of those guys being instant inherited, so that's really strong. Saved a lot of points right there. And yeah, see, this is the thing that kind of messes up the timeline when you form other nations. Hungary, Austria, and Hungarian Anatolia. But yeah, really strong gameplay right here, man. Honestly, I didn't expect to see such a strong campaign. By the way, insane generals too. Such a strong campaign in a Hungary-Austria playthrough. Normally, even if you do this, you'd stay as Hungary, but super, super strong right there. I'm definitely getting an itch to, you know, form Austria-Hungary or Hungary-Austria and see how good or bad it actually is. But an excellent campaign. I'm feeling this one quite a lot, if I'm being honest. That's a 5 out of 5 from me for what it is. Let's move on with the next one. All right, let's take a look at our final save game of the day. This Hizn Kaifa to Ayubids campaign by Headhunter 22 on March 2nd, 1675. That's our longest campaign that we had today. And let's take a look at what this player had to say. So, yeah, Headhunter here says, "Hi there, hello Hawk. I went for the first 2 very hard achievements for Hizn Kaifa, Saladin's Legacy, and the Eagle Flies Alone. Got them by the 1650s, so this campaign, it's already a success. My opening strat was to ally the Ottomans. They won war with QQ with the help of Ajam and Shirvan. From there, I expanded little by little into the smaller neighbors. Let me tell you, it was really hard not to go bankrupt after the first few wars. I've had that same problem as Hizn Kaifa many times. Because the max number of loans was like 20. Yep, that's going to be a problem. Not sure how you guys do it. Very difficultly. But I had to debase and sell tiles quite a lot. After that, I went with the Mamluks with the help of the Ottomans. And after the second one with them, the ball started rolling. My economy got a lot better. Could muster more troops for handling the Ottomans. I declared humiliate rival wars on Hungary and gave away Ottomans land each time. Wait, you can give away land and humiliate rival wars? I didn't know that. Until they almost had no holdings in the Balkans. After that, they were a cakewalk, super easy, barely an inconvenience. That's definitely a strategy and a half right there, my man. All right, let's jump into this campaign. I'm interested in seeing how everything went. All right, here we are in a Ayubid campaign, and I can say immediately it's looking very, very sexy. Taking a look at this coalition map mode right here, man. I gotta say, pretty awesome borders. Border gory in some areas, sure, but, you know, the way you're sort of expanding is exactly the way I think you're supposed to expand when starting off in any of these regions right here, pushing in every single direction. Even though we got, yeah, why is everyone so mad? What did you do? Why is a Song guy so angry at you? Where did you expand, dude? Either way, let's go ahead and check out the great powers list. Number one on the great powers list, by the way, almost 1500, almost 5,500 development. So definitely our strongest campaign of the day. Brazil is independent and they're on this, and so is Wu. Yeah, also an economic hegemon, more than halfway filled through. Everything is looking legit right there. Let me actually take a look at the diplomat mode right here first to take a look at the subjects. So we got Ajuran, Serbia, there we go. That's a big vassal owning about half of the Balkans right there. Aragon owning a big portion of Iberia. They are a march, interestingly enough. Serbia has a march too. And then we got this very weird bordered Crimea, which is also a march. Punjab as well as a march, Ajuran as a march. So all of these guys are marches, man. Very, very strong right there. Okay, let's take a look at the country itself. Going over into this department right here. Very strong ruler, level 5 advisors in every single category. That is absolutely pristine. Now, hold up. What is this? What is this Ottoman province? That's their only province. Why are they still alive? Are you just making fun of them? No, you gotta shoot them. They're still an empire, by the way. Don't have the Osmanoglus yet. But yeah, let's go back here. Going over into the diplomacy department. And like the Great Britain and Vijayanagara, pretty strong allies, I would say. And then quite a few nations in a coalition versus the Ayyubids right here, man. Yeah, Songa and all of these guys right here. Interesting. Yeah, all of these guys that are, you know, marches right here. And then we got quite a few nations steering trade over to the Ayyubids. Okay, very cool. Going over into the economy, very strong economy right here. Quite a lot of it coming in from trade. 2 gold mines, 1 developed, 1 not developed, taking lots of well, actually this is privateering, isn't it? So making quite a lot from privateering, spending so much on interest. Jesus, you got a 30 loans with more than 2,000 ducats, dude. That is absolutely insane. Sure, the interest rate is pretty low right here, but that's still so much. Take some burger loans, man. Pay them off. Pay them off, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, economy is still looking really strong, even with such high interest rate being paid off. Going over into the trade department, wow, a very big percentage coming in from trade. 60% goods produced, super strong right there, ahead of time in every single tech, 50 innovativeness. And let's take a look at the ideas. I was very interested in this. Ayyubid ideas, very strong, by the way. Tax, shock damage, discipline, obviously every new nation has discipline now. Fort defense, strong fort defense, by the way, plus 25% national manpower, morale, cav combat, cav infantry, CCR, stab discount, goods produced. So Ayyubid ideas, man, actually one of the more insane ones in EU4. Definitely in the top 10, I would say top 15 for sure. Quality, influence, quantity, economic, diplo, trade, really strong right there. I would pick up offensive instead of one of diplo or influence. Yeah, I would definitely drop one of them, or actually, yeah, drop one of them for offensive, and after that, yeah. But yeah, good ideas. I got nothing to complain about right here. Brand new mission tree right here. I thought that said abuse the Turco, man. But yeah, mission tree pretty much completed right here. Good job on that. In the decisions and policies, so many strong ones active right here, man. Good job on that. Obviously, all of these right here have really nice policies as well, so that's great right there. You could form the Mughals. Don't do it. Keep playing as the Ayyubids. You could become the Caliphate if you want to. So many options right here, man. Persia, move capital to Damascus. So many options, man. The flavor is absolutely insane now, it says in Kaifa. Under GovCap 2, even though you're so massive, so really good on that. In the religion department, 100% religious unity. The Ayyubids are Sunni. Everything is being converted, so good job on that. Tier 4 Defender of the Faith 2, by the way. In the military department, full professionalism, really strong combat ability, insane generals, and there's like 1 trillion of them. Massive force limit, insane morale, insane discipline, 36 combat width right here. Let's take a look at the armies. 3610, that's really good, man. I would say get your artillery up, but aside from that, it is looking really strong. You could build up a little bit more too, maybe 36 610, yeah, something like that. But yeah, so many armies, dude, and they're looking very strong. Navy is really good as well. We got the sort of well, jack of all trades fleet right here, and then we got the transport separate. Yeah, definitely split the lights from here though. That's what I'm saying. There we go. Going into the subjects, lots of trade companies as well. So let's take a look at what actually is trade company. Yeah, I'm guessing all of the things that aren't stated are trade companies. East Africa, so that's right there. West India, that would be right there. The Iberia company. Then we got the Maghreb company, the Barbary Coast company. These are like Safi and Tunis, obviously. Gulf of Aden would be down there too. Crimea, okay. A Caspian company, Transoxiana, Punjab. So yeah, looking really strong, man. This is a very nice heartland right here, so to say. Everything outside of that being trade companies is obviously looking very strong. Would I do it exactly like this? Maybe not, but there's nothing bad to say about this. And over in the Absolutism tab, it is already maxed out to 43, which isn't that much. And in the estates department, very nice crown ownership. All of these guys have privileges active. All of them are super happy. Good job on that. So really, almost nothing negative to say about this campaign. Maybe a slight nitpick on the army comp, but it's really no big deal. This player said they were out for achievements. They got the achievements, so no matter what I say, I'm really not right here, am I? This was an achievement run. It's already been accomplished, so perfect right there. Moving over into the government reforms, we are the Ayubid Dynasty Tier 1 government reform, which, you know, isn't really that powerful, but you know, the unaccepted cultures and the ICTA taxation is pretty good. Strengthen, expanded, strengthen, Ayubid High Command, a really good one right here. This one is pretty good too. General Estates, Dynastic Administration, Mercantilistic Approach, Social Contract, really strong right here if you don't want to convert everything. So, yeah, really good government reforms as well. Taking a look at the cultures right here. Yeah, it's looking pretty legit. You know, everything Levantine is as it should be. Religious, we already checked that out. Really good right there. Let's take a look at the autonomy right now. Yeah, it's been lowered everywhere that I can. And let's jump into the buildings. I can also notice that the trade setup is looking pretty good as well. Let's go back to that a little bit. So Constantinople, Valencia, Safi. Main trade node is Constantinople. Yeah, perfect, man. Perfect. I really don't have anything negative to say about that. Okay, taking a look at the marketplaces right here, legit, upgrades legit, courthouses legit, upgrades, yeah, mostly done. Taking a look at the workshops, perfect, even though actually there are quite a few provinces I think that you could build them up. Oh yeah, actually it's not really that bad. I'm just taking a look at the high value trade good provinces, but most of it is done. Let's take a look at the mosques, very good on that front. Yeah, not a lot of upgrades on the mosques, but you don't really need them. Manufactories have started being constructed, so everything is looking legit in that front as well, man. As we can see, all the GovCap things are being added over here. So a really nice run, man. Overall, I have to say, satisfied with everything. Since the achievements are done, you wouldn't really continue playing, but you know, if I did continue playing this campaign, I would clean up the Horn of Africa, Iberia, the Balkans, and then keep pushing further into India right here. But this campaign is looking super nice, man. I'm really loving it. That's all I can say, man. I love playing in this whole region right here. One of my favorite places to play in, and with such a challenging start as his in Haifa, this makes all that more impressive. Now I realize I didn't actually take a look at the dev in the previous runs, but there we go. We got some very high you know, development provinces over here, which is always nice to see. So good job on that. Sorry, I forgot to take a look at that in the previous ones. We'll continue doing it in later videos. All right, let's go into the timeline right here. This should be pretty interesting. Hopefully no jank stuff with the nation formation. I'm gonna go, yeah, with this speed right here. So there we go. There's the first expansion. Ooh, rapid movement over into the Arabian Peninsula, man. That was like boom, boom, boom. It hasn't even been 20 years. There we go. Wow, super early war with the Mamluks, man. That Ottoman alliance paid off. More expansion into QQ right here, pushing into Arabia slowly but surely. We could have some subjects at this point. We don't know. There we go. I think Syria should be a subject right here. There we go. Yeah, the cores are back. Very nice. More expansion into Arabia, waiting for truces with the Mamluks. Vassal annexed. I'm interested in seeing when we're going to push into here. There we go. That's already started. Already reached the border of Tunis. So slow and steady expansion now after that explosive start. Very good. Super early wars versus the Timurids. Ottomans already losing land to Hungary right here. And that super sneaky strat, which is very nice. Yemen here could be a subject. There we go, more expansion into Persia, more expansion into Morocco. Ate those guys up, ate these guys up. Now the Ottomans are pretty much ready to die, so to say. There we go, more expansion in Egypt, in the Horn right here. Are we in Iberia yet? No, we aren't, but we are in India. More expansion over here. I'm guessing some of these guys could be vassals. Transoxiana wasn't, but Armenia there definitely was. There we go, pushing into the Balkans now as well, pushing here. So I'm very happy to see that, you know, diversifying your conquest, punching in all of these different regions, one right after the other. It's looking really strong. Even though you got coalition at the end, man, I'm really satisfied with this expansion as well. There we go, just cleaning up some minor guys now. No major wars that I can notice, except versus Hungary right here, versus Spain. And yeah, there we go. That's that timeline done. So a super nice run, man. You know, like this really makes me want to play in this region, man. QQ is coming up in A to Z. Actually, I think you already saw it or are about to see it. I don't know my exact schedule, but yeah, I'm going to be in this region, and I'm super excited about that. Hopefully I can think, or you guys can tell me something interesting I do or already did as QQ. But a very cool run right here, man. 3 very interesting campaigns for today. I'm feeling this one quite a lot as well. This one also gets a 5 out of 5 from me. And that has been our final campaign of the day. So yeah, there you have it, man. Those were our 3 campaigns of the day. 3 very, very fun ones with varying skill levels, some new, some old things, some kooky and crazy and zany, and some really seriously skilled gameplay right here as well. But yeah, man, I can definitely say our our first batch of the 1.37 gameplay save games or whatever was super nice. And yeah, I'm definitely excited and going through some more of your 1.37 saves. As always, if you want to have a chance at getting your save game reviewed, just drop them in the Save Games for Vid Discord channel, type a little description, and I pick them based on what I think will be the most interesting to cover in a video or for you guys to see. But yeah, definitely let me know what you thought about today's campaigns. If you played them, make sure to let me know in the comments below so I can say thank you and good job on all 3 campaigns today. Awesome. Thank you for your submissions for all 3 players. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to leave a like. It really helps out a lot. And if you like the content and want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of them. And you can become a member today and join the Discord. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another EU4 video.